Never trust what women say. Watch what they do. Instead of focusing on what women say, observe what they do. The importance of this principle for women's success cannot be overstated. Women may respond that they seek a man who is sweet, attentive, and treats them well, and takes them out on sweet dates. It is unlikely that a male will succeed in grabbing her attention and persuading her to go on a date with him if he tries to use that strategy to interest and persuade her. After that, she'll hook up with a guy who doesn't care about her, doesn't treat her well, and is only interested in sleeping with her. Basically, she's asking for someone who is kind, attentive, and patient with her, along with someone who treats her well. In spite of that, she picks a guy who doesn't care about her at all, and is only interested in sleeping with her. He even has intercourse with her on the first date they have. Thus, her words and actions contradict each other. The same applies to relationships. The things most women want from men are housekeeping, assistance, cooking for them, sensual massages, listening to their concerns, and being there for them. Basically, he should treat me like a princess by lavishing me with beautiful jewelry, taking me on a plethora of vacations and holidays. Generally speaking, women are reluctant to admit that they are happiest in relationships with men who activate the good girl switch in them. Being a good wife to one's husband results in joy and contentment. It's a pleasure to do thoughtful things for him, enjoy cooking for him, enjoy cleaning, enjoy giving him physical desire, and enjoy being a good wife to him. Women rarely state they want to be a nice woman to men, nor do they want to be a decent woman to them. The key to making a man happy when a woman is in a relationship is to switch her mind. It brings her joy and happiness to do kind things for him. It is a pleasure for her to cook for him. It is enjoyable for her to clean and provide him with fellatio. Her goal is to be a decent lady in his eyes. However, you won't hear most women saying that. In their view, men are supposed to bow at the feet of women. The men must do all they can to buy the woman everything she needs to suck up to her in the hope that if they suck up long enough, she will reward them with action and be good to them. Keep in mind that women's words and actions usually differ considerably when it comes to guys. Of course, there's nothing wrong with men cooking. Helping around the house is not wrong for a man. If a man wants to please his lady, he should go the extra mile. Nevertheless, most women do not realize that they are happiest when they are in a relationship. Whenever they're with someone who turns on the good girls in their minds, don't they? Being a nice wife to him brings her great pleasure and fulfillment. In addition, women often say things like, "I hate it when men approach me. Please do not approach me." I was not approached by anyone until a confident man asked, "How are you doing?" and she responded warmly. Approximately 1 to 2 minutes or 5 minutes later, she gives him her phone number after introducing herself and asking, "How are you doing?" "I don't give out my phone number" is a common phrase she uses. Men shouldn't engage in conversation with women or anything similar. However, someone else is completely honest and will share information that women would rather keep private from men. The majority of females express themselves in ways that are completely incongruent with their desires. Therefore, pay attention to any dating or relationship advice a woman may give you. Typically, there's just one translation. Blah, blah, blah. It's ineffective. Though, imagine a situation where a man asks a group of ladies, "How do I get her to like me?" Women will say things like, "Oh, just be nicer to her, get to know her better, be patient with her," and other such crap. As a result, the man is very kind to her, and he's being an impatient friend. But she is against him on a personal level. Personality-wise, she likes him. He's a close friend to her. His performance may even be highly praised by her. Her desire for intimate relations with him, however, is non-existent. After that, she's attracted to another guy and kisses him or sleeps with him during their first date. Similarly, a husband may inquire of certain ladies as to how he can entice his wife to be affectionate if she's no longer affectionate. In most cases, they will tell her to do things like clean, give her a jewel-encrusted foot massage, or take her out for a date night. The guy does these things, and he gets what he deserves. Usually, he gets the same result, which irritates his wife even more since she watches him do all of these things, hoping to make a good impression on women. Ultimately, the couple does not want to create a situation where her spouse has to spend all their money on her so that she behaves properly. Natural respect and desire are what she desires from him, and she wants it to come naturally. The reason isn't that he has to wait on her for hours, whine and eat, do her dishes, and take care of her. In spite of this, most women will tell you the same thing if you ask them how they can make their wives or girlfriends more affectionate. If you want to learn the insider secrets to dating and relationships, here's what you need to know. Listening to women will almost always lead you down the wrong path. A study conducted in the United States found that 55% of couples had sex on their first date. Despite women claiming not to have had sex on the first night of a first date or a second date, another study in Europe found that 70% of women had one-night stands in the past. You'll ordinarily be told that a guy should become her friend, be patient, and be extremely pleasant for weeks or months before anything happens. However, what wouldn't do is a whole different story, regardless of how embarrassed the lady feels or if she claims she's never done it before. According to statistics, most women sleep on their first date and the night of their first meeting with a guy. Remember that most women will say one thing and then do something completely different when it comes to relationships. Rather than focusing on what women say, pay attention to what they do. Women are usually not forthcoming with their secrets about what makes them happy and attracted to a man. So listening to what they say can lead you astray when it comes to dating and relationships. Their version is filtered and politically correct, one that is not ashamed to admit. A man who does not know the truth and believes the lies that women tell him will end up in the friend zone, in a polyamorous relationship, or married to a cheating spouse. It ends up with them getting divorced after they're thrown out. To clarify, I don't want to suggest that men treat women badly, that they shouldn't be kind, or that they shouldn't be good. This video discusses how women often say things that are completely contrary to what they actually want and do when it comes to men. Generally, it's because women aren't willing to share what they really want, or because they don't want to teach men how to approach them and make them happy. A guy who can figure things out on his own is what she's looking for. Think about embarrassment. Many women are embarrassed to admit, hey, I like a guy who doesn't chase me around too much. He makes me want to be with him, and I'll have to work hard to impress him and keep his interest that appeals to me. Keeping him happy involves cooking and cleaning for him, and giving him cunnilingus. Unlike in the other case of her unwillingness to teach a man what she needs, most women are afraid their words will be misconstrued. Her goal is to avoid telling a man, for example, in a relationship, if I start treating you badly and throw a tantrum, don't put up with my nonsense and get caught up in the drama. As a woman, she doesn't want to get herself a guy who doesn't know how to be a strong man in a relationship with a woman for the rest of their lives, having to play mother, big sister, or teacher by saying, come here, I'll teach you how to do it, which for her is how to be powerful, is not what she wants to do for him. In conclusion, listen to women's dating and relationship advice at your own peril. Women are generally not honest about what they want, isn't it? Consequently, don't be misled by women's claims that all men must be tall, beautiful, and have six-pack abs, or that in a partnership, men must do the homework. He has to massage my feet. This is nonsense.